My name is Robert Ferris. I've been an actor and director and theater critic in Austin for more than 30 years. I write for the Austin Chronicle, which is a free weekly paper in Austin. One of the interesting things I think about American culture is that even though the world has shrunk, we still tend to think of sending more of our culture out into the world than being on the receiving end of culture from the rest of the world. So one of the things about Austin theater, which I've lamented for a long time, is that we tend to do a lot of plays that are written and created locally and don't spend a lot of time looking at plays that come in from other places, even from other American cities, much less cities from outside the United States. So one of the things that I found really exciting about the work that Breaking String Theater has done is it's given us an opportunity not just to see some classic Russian literature through productions of Chekhov, but also to see what's happening on the stages of contemporary Russia. And that's been very exciting, not just to see how things, what the state of Russian culture is, but to see how much it reflects our own culture here in Austin today. I've seen Flying by Olga Makina. I've seen Vodka Fucking in Television and by Maxim Korochkin, and now to see the two plays by Yury Klavdiev. And in every instance, I have felt that the city in which these plays could be taking place, while feeling very Russian in many ways, could also be in Austin. In some cases, as with Klavdiev especially, I feel like he has absorbed so much American culture and is reflecting it back. He's internalized it and found a way to bring it back out in a way that's very personal for him. We've been talking about Sergio Leone a little bit as one of his influences, and I think Leone was somebody who was doing that as well, taking the American Western and filtering it through his Italian, Spanish, European sensibility and bringing back something that was very much a traditional Western, but also very much not a traditional Western, and something that's very original. And now Tarantino is doing the same thing and has done it with crime films. Well, Klavdiev has done that in his world. He's taken these American films and filtered them through his Russian culture and brought it back out, which is actually fascinating for an American audience to see, because it's this sort of double mirror of ourselves and not ourselves. And to have that come into Austin at this time, where the city is growing and changing a great deal and trying to figure out what its identity is going to be in the 21st century, is something that resonates. It's resonated in all of the plays that Breaking String has presented in Austin. The other thing that feels very Austin to me in these works is a sort of unfettered imagination. There are all kinds of rules that applied to 20th century drama that playwrights today are saying don't apply at all. We can have something that's realistic for 75% of the play, and the last 25% becomes some breakthrough of imagination in which characters out of myth can suddenly appear and change our whole sense of what's going on in the play. Austin playwrights, I don't know why, maybe it's something in the water, but Austin playwrights have found it very easy to let their imaginations run free. And it was exciting to see that contemporary Russian playwrights are doing the same thing, and it made it very easy to make that transatlantic journey into the worlds they've created as we sit and watch it in theaters in Austin, Texas. I couldn't be more excited unless I were actually sitting in a theater in Russia watching some of these plays with a Russian audience, or maybe have an opportunity to see an Austin play translated into Russian and presented in Russia.